F buddies, sex buddies, friends with benefits, whatever you call it, it comes down to the same thing. She's a woman. You can call up anytime you're in the mood and she'll come over to your place, no strings attached. You don't have to take her on dates, spend money on her, or promise to commit to her. You basically just enjoy her body, and the wonderful pleasure that you bring each other. And she loves it that way. But the question is, how do you find one of these unicorns? Well, in this video, I'm gonna give you a 4-step system to find yourself an FWB or even multiple friends with benefits, if you so please. So simply follow this simple system step by step as I explain it in this video, and you will find women who are willing and ready to be your FWB. So let's dive in. I'm Marni, and from here on out, I am going to be your personal wing girl. Every week, I'm gonna give you the insider info, no BS insider info about what women really want, plus the most effective ways to win over any woman you like. So hit that subscribe button now so that you never miss a video. So here are the 4 steps to finding a friends with benefit. Step number 1, know the niche. Look, the truth is, not all women will be interested in a casual sex relationship, and nothing you say or do will change that. So you have to niche down, because there are certain types of women who are most likely to be interested in a casual relationship. So who are these women? Well, firstly, women who are non-permanent, and non-permanent can be defined in 2 categories: non-permanent physically and non-permanent emotionally. So let's cover physically first. This means women will not be staying in your location for a long time. Maybe she's there for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, maybe even a few months, right? A year. And maybe she's there for some work project, for studies, or even just exploring. That doesn't really matter, right? But yes, these women tend to be a great fit for a FWB style relationship. And that's because they don't have the time to go for something long term. Next, non-permanent emotionally, which breaks off into 2 categories. Category number 1, women who've just got out of a relationship or a marriage, a long-term relationship. These women have dealt with something for long enough and just want to get out there and enjoy themselves, feel like a vibrant, alive woman again. Some are a little angry, some are a little sad, some are confused about who they are. Some of them are happy to be free again and just worrying about themselves, but all of them do not want a relationship. These women want to go out there and enjoy themselves. They want to explore, experience, get their mind off their past relationship. A woman like this won't be looking for something long-term immediately and will be more likely to say yes to an FWB style relationship. Finally, you have the second category of non-permanent emotionally types of women, which is a woman who just enjoys being single. The idea of committing to one person doesn't appeal to her at the moment, and she just wants to enjoy her freedom, people to meet, and have fun. This type of woman will also be very open to a friends with benefit relationship. So knowing the niche is crucial for identifying a good friends with benefit partner. Like me, for example, I'm a great friends with benefits for you. And the benefit of having me as your friend is that I do not BS you, which is why I want to tell you about today's video sponsor, Tiege Hanley. No BS. If you don't start taking care of your skin now, you will destroy that beautiful face of yours, and you definitely do not want to do that. All tethered and weathered is not a look women find sexy. We women like soft, supple skin that we can caress, which is why Tiege Hanley is so amazing and is one of the best skincare lines for men on the market. I recommend that you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliant scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer. And to make it super easy, they provide this cute little instruction card in every box that tells you when to use the product, how much to use. Comes in handy. But you just don't have to take my word for it. They have over 5,000 5-star reviews from customers around the globe. And this isn't something that you want to put off, because prevention is key. Get ahead of any signs of aging now, because your future self will thank you. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including 20% off the retail price, access to monthly deals, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Tiege is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. So just click the link, the first link in the description below, and you'll get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. So do not miss on this amazing deal. Click that link to get started. Which brings us to the next step. Step number 2. Find the right prospect. Now that you know what type of women will typically respond best to your FWB offer, it's time to actually screen the women that you meet and find out if you should even try to make something happen with her. So how do you do this? How do you screen these women? As you have a conversation with women that you meet, you need to clarify your position, meaning you need to establish that you're not a guy who's going to be her boyfriend or her longtime partner and that you're not looking for these things. You do this by casually mentioning in the conversation that you enjoy being single. What I recommend is like something like this. As you meet attractive women, make some light, playful conversation, build a little connection, and then drive the conversation towards the topics of relationships and dating. Maybe ask her about her past experience, like best first date or first ever crush or what she likes in a guy, so on. Add your take on her responses. Maybe tease her if the opportunity arises and share some of your own stories. Then casually slip in that you're really enjoying being single right now and mention why you're enjoying being single. Maybe it's because it allows you the freedom to focus on yourself, do what you want to build your life, or maybe you have some other different reason of why you enjoy being single, but tell her why. At this point, you want to gauge her reaction. Some women will immediately lose interest in you, right? And that's great. They're not the right fit for you. You don't want them in that category. But other times, a woman will agree with you and tell you how she understands exactly what you're saying and then share her own stories, how she too is enjoying being single right now, or that she doesn't have time for something serious, and so on. So this is like a huge green flag, and it brings up to the next step, which is step 3, flirt and escalate. So once you know you're investing your time on someone who's likely to want a casual relationship, you only have one job. Flirt, build attraction, and escalate. The more flirty and fun your interactions are, the better. When you're going for a casual relationship, building a strong emotional connection isn't as necessary. It's purely based on sexual chemistry, fun, excitement, and that's what flirting does. As you build more sexual chemistry, you will also need to escalate with her, meaning like advancing things, which means you want to lead the interaction towards sex. If you're doing a good job flirting and teasing and bantering with her, this part's going to be easier than you think. All you have to do is make a plan, take her somewhere private where you can get intimate. And since she doesn't want anything serious and she's having fun and feeling chemistry with you, she is going to follow your lead if she's enjoying you, right? This might not happen the very first time you meet with her on the day you match with her online, but as long as you keep your fun and flirty vibe and move the interaction towards hanging out in private, it's going to work. And that brings me to the final part, step 4, satisfy first, then suggest more. Look, a friends with benefit type relationship is based on bringing pleasure to each other. So when you get intimate with the potential FWB, you need to satisfy her. She needs to have a good experience with you in bed. And if that's something you want to learn about, I have plenty of videos on my channel that will turn you into a sexual rock star. I'll even put a playlist in my description box below so you can check it out. But it's important to understand this. Most guys think there's a magic line you can say to a girl that will make her your friends with benefit. But the most important part of this type of relationship is how much you satisfy her sexually, how much fun she has in the bedroom. If she has a good experience, especially that first time, that's when you say something like, that was fun. We should do this again. Think of that first night like a trial version of a subscription program, if that makes any sense to you. Only when she has a good first time will she subscribe to more. And that's how you find a good friends with benefit. Now, there are sites and dating apps that cater specifically to casual sex relationships. I actually just found one when I was in New York that I forget what it is now, but that helps simplify the process. But I've hardly met guys who have had a good experience with these apps because there's a lot of men on there, not a lot of women. Secondly, I know a question many guys have is, what if she gets emotionally attached? And yes, this is a real possibility. I've even done this before. Even women who want to be single and don't want anything serious can develop feelings for you. So in that case, you always have to be honest with her. If you do not want a serious relationship, you need to be honest about it. Do not lead her on. Don't avoid hurting her. Bite the bullet. Let her know where you stand. If you don't, it will lead up to a really mess up situation in the future. And trust me, it is best to avoid this. You can find other casual partners. If you follow the system I just described and you know how to flirt and spark chemistry, you will have no problems whatsoever. So if you don't know how to flirt or want to up your game, you should click the link in the description box below and check out my program, The F Formula. The F Formula tells you exactly what to say to a woman to make her putty in your hands. It gives you countless examples of flirty things to say to any woman. If you've always struggled to flirt with women and tend to play it safe in conversations, then the F formula is for you, and it will turn you into a natural flirt who can give a woman butterflies and get her excited and turned on with only his words. So just click the link in the description box below, check it out. Thousands of my students have used the lines and techniques inside the F formula to date, be with, attract gorgeous women, and there's no reason why it's not going to do the same thing for you. Click the link in the description to check it out now. Lastly, thank you for watching this video to the very end. I hope that you found it useful, and as always, I'll see you next week.